Hi. Uh, this is round one of Sun and Moon Cup. Are you Sun and Moon Cup? And I put Oathkeeper round fucking one. This was called two. That's the craziest part. Is that we called this would happen. It's so wild. Anyway. um. Nah, but yeah. I mean, I know Oathkeeper. I've played him before. I played him in tournament before. I played him in Sword and Shield. It was one of the earlier Sword and Shield tours I know. We went game three. I got unlucky game three, and I probably or no, it went game two. And game two, I got unlucky because I was gonna get a belly drum up with my slurp buff, and he crit my slurp buff, so I fucking died, and I lost. But and cause slurp buff won right then, cause slurp buff was broken back then. I was like early Sword and Shield, but anyway, I was using like an offense. I don't know. It doesn't really matter. But yeah. So and we were like, man, it'd be crazy if we got matched up round one. And what do you know? We actually got matched up round one. I swear this shit had to be rigged, but I'm lying. I really don't care. But nonetheless, I built on my teams. The reason why this is post-com is because I built on my teams, and I don't want to leak them like that. Which, granted, that's not actually why. It's because someone came in game two, and I was like, damn, I could edit this out, but he was here for like 15 minutes. So, like, it was basically the entirety of game two. So, I don't know. I just ended up saying, fuck it. Just go back and, post comment. And because it went game three, I'll go ahead and say that. Because, um, yeah, it went game three. And so, like, it was going to be like an hour long anyway. Because we took a break. Well, we didn't take a break, but um, it took us like in between game two and three because I was doing so. No, I wasn't doing something, but I had to go like lock the door back because he left. Like, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Anyway, I built all my teams, so. Like I talked about the tournament. Realistically speaking, I'm probably actually just genuinely one of the favorites to win. I probably play this tier like currently more than anybody. I build in this tier all the time. The team I'm using is a team I built probably like a week ago. Like I still actively build in this tier. I actively ask Mac to play games. Mace is what I say. I actively ask Mace to play games, and he says yes pretty much every time. So also we're chilling. But yeah, um, the team I'm using, it has Psychinium Z Raikou, which is something I came up with. I came up with it because I was like, well, this is Roserade and Virizion, and Oko is just a lot of other things too. So I was like, it really can't be that bad. So, and then it was centered around that with Choice Banded Dog and AV Hariyama, Fizdev Tangela, Fizdev Fortress with Toxic, No Volt Switch, and Stealth Rock. Stealth Rock, Gyro Ball, Toxic, Rapid Spin, Fortress, and then just a Florges because, I have a Hariyama, I want Wish support, and I have especially offensive Pokemon and a physically offensive Pokemon. So theoretically speaking, I don't need another attacker. And Florges provided some, just able to keep my Fortress and Hariyama more healthy. So yeah, big set of this team. His team is very odd because it has like three different routes. It could be Z Salazzle, Banded Passimian, Scarf Flygon. That's the likely one. The second most likely one is Scarf Passimian, DD Flygon, and no, sorry, Scarf Salazzle, DD Flygon, and Bandit Passimian. Just because, like, the problem is if you go Scarf Salazzle and DD Flygon, what's the Passimian gonna be? Banded? It could be. But also it's like then if you go Scarf Persimmon and DD Flygon, Salazzle can't be Scarf, but it also can't be Z, so that's unlikely. It's not gonna be Scarf. It's not gonna be double Scarf. There's no way. Um, and I don't think it's Scarf Salazzle because you have two better Scarfers otherwise. In Flygon and Persimmon. Flygon's the likely Scarfer just because it's the one that runs it the most. So the assumption is Z Salazzle, not Scarf Persimmon, Scarf Flygon, and Banded Persimmon. Because Flygon is like also if you go Scarf Persimmon, Z Salazzle, what's the Flygon going to run? Defog? You have Amanda Buzz. So that route's also unlikely. So realistically, he has two routes, which I said the biggest one being the Scarf Flygon, Banded Persimmon, Z Salazzle. It's either that or Scarf Salazzle, Banded Persimmon, and DD Flygon. It's one of those two. It's likely the first one though, just because the sets are more likely. Then obviously we just got Rocks Metagross. Gastron's a cool pick. Walls Blastoise, so yeah. And then either Taunt or Defog Mandibuzz. I'm assuming Defog, because you have Salazzle that you want to keep healthy. But I mean, hey, anything could be it. But matchup, I really feel like it's fine. Like matchup is pretty good. Like, well, it's just because if I get rocks up, then Zygarde is very good. And yeah, that's really it. It's just that if rocks go up, Zygarde is very spammable in clicking 1,000 errors. And he also does not have an outrage immunity. He does not have an outrage immunity. So yeah. Hariyama is also very good. It will knock things very well, and there is no CC resist. Salazzle does not count. So Tangela also is like Tangela plus Fortress also walls all his Phys Def Pokemon or physically offensive Pokemon. The only thing would be the Banded Persimmon, but that's definitely checked by it not being able to come in on Raikou or Zygarde. Really, well, it can come in on Zygarde, but if it gets weakened, then it can't. Can't kill Tangela, can't kill Fortress, can't kill Florges. So Banded Persimmon is just kind of hard here. His matchup is pretty hard, I think, just because I kind of just check his Pokemon, which is kind of wild, because that doesn't normally happen. But oh yeah, I spin Fortress too. I spin Fortress, which gets free spins on his Metagross, and it gets rocks up. So yeah, very hard matchup for him, to be honest. These types of matches, Florges just okay, my concern was him leading. I wanted to lead. What was it? I wanted to lead. What did I want to lead? I think I wanted to lead Zygarde. It was either I was iffy between Zygarde and Florges, because I think I also thought about Hariyama, but I was mostly between Zygarde and Florges. Well, this is because Zygarde gave me offensive momentum if he led with something like Salazzle. But like Salazzle is probably not a lead here, but you could also think, hey, my Salazzle is very good here if I can weaken Hariyama. His game plan should just be weaken Hariyama, really. Because Salazzle just kind of claims Mons otherwise. Obviously, I can take one too, but I mean, it doesn't want to. Raikou won't get OHKO'd either, and I can OHKO it. But it gets free swap-ins on Tangela. It gets free swap-ins on Fortress. It gets free swap-ins on Florges. So like it's really problematic when it gets free swap-ins on 3 of my Pokemon. So so yeah, I let Florges because it's the more defensive out. I like turn one. Turn one, I'm not scared of Salazzle. My Hariyama is at 100%. It's AV max Spadev. It's not calm or anything. Well, it's not careful, I guess, but it's adamant, I think. Nonetheless, they lead Fortress. He goes for U-turn, does 18. I find out that's banded turn 1. I did calc it. I calc everything in tournament, which is also why it takes a while. Because we're not playing with timer either. I don't know if you can see that, but now you can't. But we don't play. We weren't playing with timer. I think we did with the second game or third game, but nonetheless, I found out he's banded here. I think I just throw off a Moonblast. Yeah, and I find out if Metagross is max HP here, I believe. Because the crit did 27, otherwise it would have done like 30. So yeah, Fortress comes in on the rocks. I just get a free spin. It goes for Earthquake, it is 18. That's not concerning. Then I got my rocks up, and then I get another spin. So yeah, this interaction definitely worked out a lot more for me because it got 25% off of Very Threatening Salazzle, and it gets his rocks off. And all that I took was 0. I genuinely took 0. And also the rapid spin damage is actually pretty important because now it does not take 4 swap ins of Stealth Rocks. It only takes 3 now. Like, it can only come in twice more as long as rocks are up. So if I can keep rocks up, then honestly, it's a pretty good situation. Yep, I just go Hariyama. Good Fire Blast at 16. I didn't get burnt, so it's very good. And here CC was very free. There, again, as previously mentioned, there's no resist. He goes Mana Buzz. It takes it very well. Find out he's Fizz Def, which is a little problematic because Zygarde has beat it as well, but like I figured it'd be Fizz Def. And Spidef Gastro. Then I go Raikou here. He helps with Defog, which is really interesting. Because A, I found out your Defog, and B, now I just click reset. A didn't work, which is a good thing. But I found out your Defog, and you're still at 54%. I doubled a Tangle here on the Gastrodon because the Gastrodon is very obvious. It's either Gastrodon or Flygon, but Flygon doesn't really make any sense because I technically could HP Ice. Because it would still do a chunk of Mana Blast. But, like, Gastrodon was the obvious pick. And this just enabled me to click. I think I actually clicked knock here. I do click knock here because it's free. Like, it gets a knockoff into something here. Like, yeah, that was really it. It just gave me a free knock. That's why I doubled Tango because it made progress. Because if I get a knock into Mana Buzz, then what's it called? Then Zygarde with Rocks Up does a lot better. I have to Leaf Storm here because I know he's gonna Roost, and that damage just puts him in 2,000 arrows range. So that's why I did it. And then I go Florges here because if he opts to click anything other than Roost, he's still in 2,000 arrows range. So you know, again, Zygarde comes in, it's gonna click 1,000 arrows. And now it just picks one. As of right this second, it picks one. If I can get it in a situation where it, can kill him on. Goes for knock. Find out your knock. Knock Roost Defog. That means you're either U-turn or Brave Bird or Toxic or Taunt. Which I granted, I knew that, but now I know that I know one of the offensive moves is knock. And now it could be Brave Bird or Taunt or U-turn or something like that. But now I know one of the two moves, which is very good for me to know. It's probably Brave Bird though, because your team is decently weak to Virizion, but like it's fine. Salazzle takes another 17, and then the special attack drop is pretty good, because now Hariyama can come in and take just even less damage. Took 18, like just no damage. It does let him Mana Buzz, but I can just CC again, and I think about CCing here, but I don't, because like I need the Hariyama because I can lose on the spot if I sack it. Then I go Florges. He opts a Brave Bird because he thought I could swap in, stay in. I really thought about staying in on the Roost there because it made sense. Like I knew that he was. I figured he. I was almost certain he was gonna Roost because I feel like you need this Pokemon. But like, then again, if I CC on the Roost there, it's just really bad for you. So he calls the CC, gets it wrong. Now my Florges just throws off a Moonblast because I don't want him staying in. So basically now, I get Fortress in here. And he either A, clicks Rocks, which gives me my own Rocks, which I would definitely value over getting rid of his, temporarily. Because that just kills Mana Buzz. And if Mana Buzz does come in to Roost, or Defog, it still has to pick between Roost or Defog, and I get Toxic off. So, here I just go Fortress. It makes the aggressive double into Salazzle because it makes sense why you'd go Salazzle on the double because, I have a Hariyama. My Hariyama is continuously getting lowered. So, anyway, I go Zygarde here because I don't want him to Nasty Plot into the Hariyama and then kill with plus 2Z. He does up to Fire Blast, though. It takes 40. Not a big deal. HP on this doesn't really matter. ironically enough, the only thing it would matter for is coming in on Salazzle. So now I don't take a Z. That's not really a big deal, though. I clicked 1,000 errors. I clicked E-Speed, sorry. Because I didn't want him to Z and kill me if I opted to not click E-Speed, if you want to call that. So I find out that's the def, or like the weird spread in the calc, but I go Fortress. He wanted Tangela, but this works out better for him, to be honest. I mean, it's really the same thing. I just went Fortress because I get Toxic off and get. Oh, I was getting my rocks up because punishing Salazzle and Manabuzz being dead is just very good for me. But here, he doesn't get a kill because I swap Hariyama in, except he gets a crit, which puts me in range of Z, which is really unfortunate. Because otherwise, I would not have been in Z range. So now he's just going to get Z kill. The only other thing I could have done was go Fortress back and then back to Hariyama, but I just felt like that didn't really make a lot of sense because I was going to be in the same situation anyway. The only thing I would have done was stall out Fire Blast, which helps, kind of. It kind of helps, like, not enough to warrant it. But now I'm in the acid downpour range, which is really unfortunate. I was kind of pissed off because that was really annoying. Because one more pivot, like, I was getting into a situation where I picked kills, and now I'm not. But anyway, I still get a kill now. And, like, I could have done it, but, like, I don't know. It was just bad. I could have done it with Hariyama there, because Hariyama also clicked CC and got a kill. Like, and I would still have 6 Pokemon, but now I'm down. So I'm down in the sack game now, which is really bad. He does sack Manabuzz, the obvious sack, but, like, why would I not pick the kill? Goes Passimian. I pivot Tangela just to find out. You're not going to click Knock. There's just no reason for you to click Knock. That CC damage shows that you are certainly banded. I think. Was this banded? Oh, this might not be banded. Maybe this was a scarf. No. Wait. Was that the calc for... I don't remember. Because, no. I started thinking that Salazzle was Scarf the way he was playing it. Because he just wasn't changing up moves. So I was like, damn, it's gotta be Scarf then. That's why I didn't go Fortress. I remember now. That's why I didn't go Fortress. Because I was scared that he was not... I was scared that he was Scarf. That was what it was. So I was like, well, if I double and get into like a bad situation with Fortress, which granted, a double in anything wouldn't really matter. But like, I don't know, it's just bad. Then it goes for CC here. I don't remember. This shows me it's banded. I'm pretty sure this is banded damage. Tangle is just fat as fuck. Because I'm basically max defense. I know the standard spread doesn't have it, but this one was max defense. Because the other one was like meant to take an ice beam from Blastoise. But I'm like, I have a Hariyama and a Florges. I would be fine. And a Raikou. But I get my lefties back, or at least seed back now. It weakens the Metagross. It's just good for me. I go back to Fortress. I thought about knocking, which would have been good because it's been 2 rocks range now, and that's your defogger instead. If I get rocks up, they're guaranteed to be up. But if I knock and get toxic, it's kind of annoying. So I just chose not to. I go back to Zygarde. I leave everything. I just don't want to sack a Pokemon yet. I think I still go for the safe E-Speed, though. No, I made the aggressive 1,000 errors there. You see that? Making plays. Because I didn't want to... I didn't want to be put in the back. Like, now this puts it in range of E-Speed later. Because there's a world where I E-Speed sweep, but, like, not really. Like, it's pretty far. But, like, I can 1,000 arrows sweep, too, if this is not Scarf. But, like, it's obviously Scarf. I know he's going to U-turn. And thing is, if I go Fortress and the U-turn, I lose a Pokemon there. If I go Florges on the U-turn, I lose a Pokemon. I know he's going to click U-turn. There's no reason not to go Raikou. Even after taking this U-turn, Salazzle can't kill me. So this just kept him from sacking. It's kept him from picking a Pokemon down and me being down in the sack war. So he goes Passimian, which really works for me because it is banded. This is why. This was exactly why I knew it was banded. The 37 was banded damage, so I knew that he thinks that he can live anything and go for CC or U-turn or whatever he clicked. Probably I actually don't know, but it doesn't matter. I know that's banded damage. I was right. And he also thinks that he can live any hit from Raikou because Z Psychic is not, it doesn't exist. Even Z Gigavolt, I don't know if it killed, but even if it did, that doesn't exist. Like, this Pokemon doesn't run Z. If it runs Z, it's Fightinium. So my set wasn't Vitinium. It was Psychinium and Ioku the Passimian, and now I'm up in the Sack War because the Psychinium Z killed it. Gets getting Gash on, but that doesn't really matter. He goes for Ice Beam, wanting the Tangela, I guess. Makes sense. But now my rocks go up. He can be the aggressive Salazzle, but now rocks are up, and now Salazzle only has 2 more swap ins. So he only gets 2 more kills, theoretically speaking, which just really works for me. So now I think the Z into the Passimian was the game sealer, to be honest. Well, okay, it was not the game sealer. Rocks going up was the game sealer, absolutely. Though Rocks going up was the game sealer because now you're limited on your swap ins. Even Flygon is limited at this point. It can only come in a few more times. Salazzle can only come in twice more as well. I don't have to make plays anymore to win. While before I would have with Zygarde, now I don't have to make any more plays. Now I can just sack Florges or go Raikou. I can just sack Raikou. Raikou is useless, not going to do anything versus Gashadon and a Scarf Flygon. And it doesn't even kill Metagross, so there's no reason to keep it. I go Zygarde here. I make the safe E-Speed. I don't have to make a play. Because I just get Tangela now. And Tangela also gets a kill, but it doesn't get a kill. But when I say it gets a kill, or no, I go Florges to get my health back. It's because, oh, I know why I did this. Because I can Synthesis here, and I still live a Salazzle hit. So either A, he goes Metagross instead of Salazzle, or B, like I live a Sludge Wave at 100%. So that's why it just gave him it gave him one less Pokemon he could get a kill on. So, and he had to recover there. He can stay in an Ice Toxic, but that doesn't matter. I've Aromatherapy and Wish, like, it does a lot, and my lefties are gone, but ultimately I'm going to end up at 100%, or practically. Tangle can come in, isn't taking enough from Ice Beam. That was a max roll, so I don't die here. And I'm faster anyway, but like it was just theoretically if I missed. And Leaf Storm basically it doesn't get a kill, but it kills this and this, and it won't kill Salazzle, but it put it in range of rocks again. So he can't go Salazzle. He has to go Metagross, but even Metagross doesn't matter at this point. I just Leaf Storm, I think. Maybe I knock, but it isn't. I did that just because it made the E-Speed more possible. And it couldn't come in on Florges anymore. So basically, he'd have to go Gastron every time. And yeah, I mean, I knew who was going, so like, I really didn't have to do that. But it also just gave me a situation where I didn't want to miss Leaf Storm and get nothing out of the turn. So knock into Gastrodon was also fine. I knew I'd guarantee live. If I didn't like guarantee live, I would have gone for Leaf Storm. But if I get the play wrong and he plays off the dodge, which honestly he had to at that point, I think, or he didn't have to at this point really, because he can still technically kill a Pokemon before I do. But like, yeah, I mean, if he doubles like on the Fortress coming in one time, then he's gonna get a kill. But he doesn't. I stay in. Just go for Leech Seed. No, I'm just gonna keep weakening this thing. Leech Storm does the most. It's 24%. And here I go Fortress just because I wanted the regen on Tangela. That's really it. I go Florges on the Fire Blast. It dies to Sludge Wave. Also, he only has 2 more Fire Blasts too, and now he only has 1 more. So ultimately, he can't touch Fortress if he uses 1 more Fire Blast. So it was also like, it's just almost unlosable. Go for E-Speed. Just make the safe play because I can't lose at this point. I go Tangela. I can't even get frozen here. I had to get crit. And even that, maybe probably would have killed me. But Leaf Storm gets a kill, assuming I hit, and I do hit. He really had to play off the dodge on Gastrodon right there. But even then, I probably won. Because Gastrodon can't kill Fortress at all. And Salazzle only has 1 more swap in. So, like, I don't know. It would have been close. But he Sludge Wave kills Tangela. I go Zygarde, just E-Speed. Then I just hard Fortress because to make the game faster. Get the Toxic off, I win. So I go up 1-0. Game 2, I brought another team that I built. It seems kind of bad. Well, it's not bad, but it's like, I don't know. It's Z Electric Slowbro, Choice Bandit Beware, Spikes Roserade, Rocks Metagross, Taunt Noivern, and the Demise is Colbur. I get the lead I wanted. It's just bait Slowbro. It's the bait Blastoise lead. I take the Dark Pulse. I don't get flinched. I kill Uzi immediately. Getting rid of Blastoise is very good for me because it's just kind of threatening. It means Boy comes in on more. It means Metagross is better. It's a thing. Goes for U-turn in the Noivern. He goes Nidoqueen. Nidoqueen just kind of picks a kill versus the team, but it's fine. Nidoqueen is just very threatening versus this team in general. Because I debated for a while here. This turn took so long, and this is why I was immediately put in a horrible situation because I had you'll see. So because I was very scared of going Beware because he has Rocks Bronzong, which means it's probably 4 attacks, which means it's probably Flamethrower, which goes Beware if it's modest, and modest Nidoqueen is tend to be preferred on 4 attacks. So I couldn't go Beware. Roserade also died to a Flamethrower, and it didn't die, but it was very close, and like all I could really do was Spike and then Giga Drain to get put in range of Noivern. Like, it's not putting it in range of Noivern or Demise. Like, I live a Flamethrower here. If it's Fire Blast, it's bad, but, like, I just make the safe play, and then it comes Noivern. I do 20, it doesn't really do anything. He goes for Flamethrower, which is really bad. Like, he just kills Metagross off. This entire game is, like, just kind of me getting washed. Though I will say, yeah, this game was over. And then I missed it. Like, that game, this game was a wash. It was a dog walk. It was so bad. Anyway, game 3. This is Flyzy Shaman. Is it Scarf Noivern? I don't know. It's Scarf Gardevoir, Rocks Diancie, uh, Defog Flygon. Noivern is Taunt, I guess. Yeah, Noivern's Taunt. And Drapion is Choice Banded. His team, I didn't go over his game 2 team because it was like, it's just kind of boring. And I got washed in that game. I didn't really find out anything myself, so. His Roserade, he has 2 outs here. He could be Scarf Roserade or Scarf Houndoom. I don't really like Scarf Roserade very much, but it could certainly be Scarf Roserade. Just because you could be Z Houndoom. Like, he has a lot of different options here. He could be Scarf Roserade, Z Houndoom, Choice Banded Beware. It could be Z Beware, Scarf Houndoom, Spikes Roserade, Taunt Noivern, just regular Sobo, regular Registeel. He has a couple of outs. My guess would be Spikes, Roserade, Scarf Houndoom, Z Noivern, and then Choice Band of Beware. But it doesn't have to be that. Which, if it's that, then my matchup here is pretty good, to be honest. Diancie just matches up really well into Houndoom and Noivern. Gardevoir can also do something if Registeel like gets weakened somehow, which won't really happen. But I have Taunt Noivern, I think, on this, so it helps. He leads so brightly Flygon. I'm not Scarf, so, but I'm gonna play it like I'm Scarf. I just want to force him to like think I'm Scarf. Basically, is all. He goes for Ice Beam. I just synthesis once. He stays in. Gets a higher roll here, but like then I realize he's Rendo. He's just gonna take it. And I was like, okay. I think I just synthesis again. Yeah, it's pretty safe. Like even if he freezes me, it's not even that bad. I go Drapion here. I couldn't stay in. Well, I couldn't pursue. I wanted to pursue here, but I didn't because I was very scared of him being Scarf and just staying in here. But he goes Doiver, takes 80%, reveals the helmet, reveals his taunt. Which basically means, yeah, which means it's probably Spikes Roserade, Taunt Noivern, regular Slowbro, regular Registeel, Choice Band of Beware, Scarf Houndoom. Just because you want the Spikes pressure with the Beware and Taunt Noivern a lot. And Taunt Noivern plus Fighting type is just pretty common. I go Noivern here because I didn't want to go. I didn't really have another option, really. Like, here I go Flygon. Flygon was just because, again, I didn't really have another option. I think I just Earthquake. Yeah, there's a lot to Reggie. I used Earthquake again because I figured he'd protect and then swap, which this probably means he's not. protect, because otherwise you would have clicked it. Like, you also could have called a double. I figured he was going to go Noivern, but I thought he'd go after the protect. So, but U-turn wouldn't have killed anyway, so it was, like, kind of pointless to go for it. He goes Beware aggressively. I just swapped because, like, I live 2 fighting type moves unless I get crit. And he can't stay in the second one because I could just kill him with Hurricane. And I reveal Helmet, which means I have Hurricane and will kill him. But I get crit, which is really, really bad. Because then again, A, I'm down in the sack game. B, it means my Pokemon dies. And that's always a bad thing. Then I go Shaman. I don't call the Noivern here. I didn't know if he'd go Noivern or Roserade. So I was like, damn. Or just say it. Like, I would up saying it was a really scary thing. I would blast because Reggie's low. I just go aggressive Flygon. I just click Earthquake again. No, I click Roost. This does not reveal anything though, because Scarf with Flygon can run Roost, so this doesn't reveal anything yet. I still have not revealed it. That's not. I think I rocks here. If I had Moonblast, it'd been very good, but I did not. Now I've hit a free Moonblast though. So yeah, hit a crit. Crit doesn't necessarily matter. The special attack drop is pretty important because now Flygon can come in pretty safely. It's supposed to be to sleep, but like that was I just kind of decided to sleep because I thought about going hard Gardevoir, but I was like, nah, that's crazy. And hard Shaman, but let's go for sleep. I was very scared of Sludge Bomb there. He doubles to Beware on the Shaman. I go Gardevoir because I call his Noivern, and I just wanted to weaken the Noivern more. Because if I do that swap one more time, it dies to Z-Fly from Shaman. So I'm going, wait, why is it so fast suddenly? I double to Diancie on the Reggie. Just because Earth Power did a chunk. Here, I don't remember. Did I stay in? No, I swapped. Which was kind of goofy. But, like, at this point, I assumed he was Protect, and he would Protect there. And then get in range of Earth Power, or get out of range of Earth Power, and then he'd get Toxic Protect off. And I did not want my Dynasty to be Toxic versus a Taunt Noivern. It's very scary. But ends up revealing Earthquake here, which kind of sucks, but he makes click Stealth Rock here. That kind of sucks. And then I first turn Wake. So that does pretty suck. That sucks quite a lot, but I guess it is what it is. Yeah. I think, hold on, we had a situation earlier where it was like, I had Flygon in, but I went, yes. Wait. Maybe not yet. No, I don't think it happened yet. Yeah, it didn't happen yet, maybe. I don't remember. I don't U-turn here because I was like, I don't know, I don't want to reveal it yet in case it does matter. And it definitely could matter. Goes for Ice Beam. That doesn't really matter. I just Moonblast. It lives on 1. Pretty unfortunate. But I guess special attack drops, so that's pretty helpful. And they have regen, so it doesn't really matter, to be honest. But I think forfeits. I feel like it wasn't necessarily over, but like this Gardevoir was just going to sweep him anyway. So like, he kind of just threw away everything that could beat Gardevoir. But yeah. I made the double here, I think. Here. Okay, so the situation here was that I didn't want to allow hard Beware. I didn't talk about this interaction. I doubled a Shaman because I know Beware's coming in because it just kind of picks a kill. It doesn't, well, like, I don't want to go hard Gardevoir on it for no reason. Which is what I would have to do. Which takes one because you trace Fluffy. But still. And while the Earthquake could kill, it probably wouldn't. He doesn't know I'm Earthplate. But after one more rock swap in, like after 2 more, but like after it comes in one more time, and then swaps out again, and then comes back in, yada yada yada, it dies to Earthquake on the roll. So I was like, well, I'll play off that. Even though Shaman lets in like 3 Pokemon, whatever. But yeah, I kind of forgot that he just forfeits. Which the game is over at that point. You let Reggie get way too low, and this is why Reggie needs Protect in this gen. Because otherwise, Reggie just gets weakened. Earthquake is not worth it most of the time. I have 1 Earthquake Reggie in my entire builder. It's so bad. It's not bad, but like, if you're not facing a Raikou, it's so bad. It's so useless. It's so pointless. It's so bad because it's not only there for Raikou, but it's pretty much just Raikou. Like it's Raikou and damn. Right off the top of my head, I can't think of anything else. It's mostly there for Raikou, but then you're dropping Protect, which is so bad because Reggie just gets weakened. Like even after taking that Earthquake, you could have protected and then swapped and then came back in and then protected again. Like Reggie will get back to like 40%, which is plenty to take a Gardevoir. The problem is he can never protect and he can never get Reggie healthy again, so it was pointless to keep. Like, he wouldn't have lost the Gardevoir if he just didn't let Reggie get weakened and was running Protect. Like, Earthquake is so bad, bro. Yeah, you gotta trust me on this. But yeah, it's Earthquake on this build because you're very Raikou weak. Because you're, Defog Noivern, which means probably Mono Hurricane, or Hurricane U-Turn, which doesn't do anything. Slowbro loses to it. Houndoom does not kill it. And it's Z here, I think. Well, no, it's Scarf and Z Roserade, I'm guessing. I really don't know what a Z was. It was either. I mean, it was probably Roserade. I'm pretty certain it's Roserade. He didn't reveal it, but like, Houndoom is probably Scarf. But then again, would you really forfeit if it was Scarf Houndoom? Because then you still have a check to a Gardevoir. And the game is certainly not over. But it's probably over. I mean, like, to be honest, the game was probably over. But still. I don't know. He played the game pretty. This one, he played pretty passive, to be honest. Like, he played his game 2 really well, and he played his game 1, honestly, also decently well. This one, he just kind of. The team he used is also very reliant on, like, hazards, like Spikes, Roserade, but I don't even know if this is Spikes. It probably isn't. Well, it could be still. This is why Sleep Powder is so ass on Roserade. I need to, like, do. I need to do, like, a video on the meta right now. And what is shit is what is not. Like, and, like, hidden gems, bro. Like, damn, Roserade should be on every team, but every team should have Spikes and Synthesis Roserade with Sludge Bomb and Grass Move, whether it be Giga Drain or Leaf Storm, preferably Giga Drain. But every team, every team. This is why Roserade is the best Pokemon in the fucking tier. But people are going around using Sleep Powder and Hidden Power Fire. No, you don't need that shit, bro. Just set up spikes on the steel types, and then go something else. This is why spikes plus this is why spikes plus Beware is so good because or fighting type. I use Pangoro a lot too, but well, I say a lot. I have like 3 teams with Pangoro. I probably have more Beware teams than I do Pangoro teams, but nonetheless, I win. I go into round 2. They're not out yet. I'll find out. Today's Monday. I'll probably know today. They should have gone out yesterday, but nonetheless, my other cups will be up soon. I don't know which is going up first. Probably the other cup because I played the other one first. Maybe I don't know. We'll figure it out when we get there. This is a long ass video, but this is also like a long ass games. Game 1 was pretty long. Game 2 was also 35 turns, which is no slouch. Game 2 was a wash, but Game 3, I'll talk about Game 3, what's the long one. And Game 1 was also long, so. My Oathkeepers are 1-1 now. Maybe I'll beat him next time and go 2-0. Anyway, Cups I'm still in. Actually, I probably shouldn't go over that, just because I don't know which video is going up first. My other ones or this one, so. Whatever. We win. We're going on to round 2. Hopefully I don't get a very good player. I want to farm people until like round 5, which is not going to happen. Probably round 4 is where we're going to stop farming people, but it is what it is. I'll see you guys with round 2 of Sun and Moon Cup.